Hey everyone, Mark the Movie Man here. Welcome to the final cut, and the film is finally here. Boy, you couldn't tell it, could you, from the internets? And that's the film I'm talking about, of course, is Captain America Civil War. A film I almost debated on reviewing, much like I debated reviewing Batman v Superman. Yes, oh my god, I used the two things in the same sentence. I'm sure I'll get flamed for it there. Here in Captain America Civil War, we see how past events of the Avengers, as well as our other superheroes in the MCU, has finally come to a head, and the government is intervening into the activities of the Avengers and have come up with a way for them to answer for the collateral damage as well as their activities with this accord. Well, Captain America doesn't believe in being tied to one organized body, and Iron Man is on the other side of the fence, so that starts a rift. Further, the rift rips these two apart, as well as all the superheroes taking side, as Captain America continues his bromance with the Winter Soldier, Bucky, who is a suspect in a terrorist bombing. And we see how Cap goes to great lengths and sacrificing the Avengers team, if you will, in order to protect Bucky and find out what really went on. And we see how events unfold, history is revealed, and the superheroes are torn apart and have their own civil war. I enjoyed this film. I was entertained by it. I enjoyed it as much as the Batman vs. Superman film, though both films have flaws. Now, Captain America Civil War, those flaws and weaknesses may be covered up a little bit by a couple of phenomenal things. One of them is Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther. The one real thing that got me motivated to watch this film was seeing Black Panther in action, and he does not disappoint. Chadwick Boseman not only kicks ass as the Black Panther and makes me really, really hungry to see the Black Panther solo film, he also has probably some of the best acting in this entire film. He plays a fantastic, strong role, and I really enjoyed every moment he was on screen and wanted to see more, so can't wait for the Black Panther solo film. Another appearance we saw and teased in a teaser trailer, which it would have been a great surprise, but hey, modern age, we don't get much surprises in films anymore. And here we have, I'm talking about Spider-Man making his home back with Marvel, played by Tom Holland, and done very well. A little bit teenage annoying, but that's okay because he's a young Spider-Man, and he's the young Spider-Man many people out there, especially those who enjoy Marvel, were hoping for. And Tom Holland really plays it up and does well as his premiere as the Spider-Man character, and holds his own with the other veteran superheroes that, especially in a particular fight scene at an airport, which you've seen in the trailer as well. Now, I thought his introduction was a little bit awkward and felt shoehorned in, and I shouldn't feel like I do about Aunt May being played by Marissa Tomei. That's not quite how I envision Aunt May, but it felt just a little bit forced and awkward in there, but I enjoyed his character himself. I just wish they would have handled his introduction maybe a little bit differently. Now, with that, we do get our mainstay characters, those that we got introduced to in the second Avengers film. Felt like they kind of took a back seat. I mean, we get Scarlet Witch in here, and she is kind of the catalyst for some of the things that happen, but she's a great actress. I love Elizabeth Olsen, but in here, first that accent slipped, and you go, oh, well, it's a superhero film. What do you care about accent? Well, no, consistency in character, and here, it really has changed, especially from Age of Ultron, and so it slips in here quite a bit. Plus, her character, I didn't quite feel a lot coming from her. Also, the Vision, who's a badass and, you know, the perfect type of guy, and he kicks some major ass, but then there's one thing in Civil War that made no sense, and the reason they did it was for dramatic effect, but I'm like, it's the Vision. Really? So there is that. And Don Cheadle coming back as War Machine. Loved seeing him on here. He did get a little more screen time than some of the other characters, side characters, and I liked that quite a bit. Always loved, such a great actor from Don Cheadle. But again, Hawkeye and Scarlet and Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson, they get shortchanged. I feel their characters are kind of backseat and just there a little bit to kind of motivate things. But I mean, not really. They don't then they get their butts kicked actually a couple of times as well. Though they do also dish out some pain. It felt like they were a little bit out of their league in some of the fight scenes in here. And Frank Grillo, who they set up, oh my god, oh, the internet exploded all over Marvel Bukkake as they talk about Crossbones, but he got like rhino treatment in here. So as much as they just got too many characters in here. I'm sorry, folks. I enjoyed the epic airport scene. That was a fantastic superhero scene. But we're forgetting this isn't the Black Panther Spider-Man show. This isn't epic fight scene show. This is supposed to be Civil War, and we're supposed to have this plot in here, which felt, in all honesty, the core plot, the rift between Iron Man and Captain America, felt a little forced. It felt a little forced in Age of Ultron, and I felt it here, and I felt it was weak. They get Zemo in here as a villain. He's underdeveloped and felt like he didn't really even need to be there, and they promised some kind of major confrontation at the end, and it was kind of lackluster, in all honesty. Though people will love the fact that you've got your heroes fighting each other and you get that epic fight between Cap and Bucky and Iron Man. In the end, the Civil War happens mainly because of the bromance between Captain America and Winter Soldier, and the rift between the Winter Soldier and Iron Man, how Iron Man hates him even more. That felt forced as well and felt like they didn't need to go that road. There's just some stumbling blocks in here, folks, that are covered up by some fantastic fight scenes and some great performances. And so I give it 4.5 stubs. I enjoyed it as much as Batman v Superman. We can enjoy all the comic book things. We don't have to choose sides. And in Captain America Civil War, the side I'm on is give me a good movie, and that's what I did get. So there you go, folks. You could probably tell me I'm full of shit. I'm sure many of you fans out there think it's the perfect superhero film, and that's fantastic. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. For me, what I got out of it, some great moments in here, some not so great moments, stumbling blocks just like Batman v Superman, but I felt like I got my money's worth, and I think the audience we were sitting in also felt the same way. So check it out if you have. Leave your constructive comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts. Make sure you check out our podcast Spoiler Room later this week, where we're going to go in depth and talk about spoilerific details of this film and debate about it as well. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for your support. We're that close to 1,000 subscribers. Can only do it with your help. I appreciate every one of you, and until next time, keep that ticket stub.